Hey, welcome back to the Public Offender 100 channel, man. Continue to like, share, and subscribe if you guys dig into content. If you're not engaged anyway, make some comments and all that stuff. I'll try to respond back to as many as I can. But for now, let's get back to this video. Got another reaction Anton Daniels getting something completely wrong. Um, I mean, the hits don't stop with this guy. He's a bad take machine, as I've said many times about him. And he's commenting on the whole Tyrese debacle. He and Tyrese are wrong. So this way I can address both of them at the same time because they're essentially on the same side of the coin, even though he disagrees with Tyrese here and there in this video.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my outfit together. I think I'm gonna go eat me some red lobster. I ain't never been arrested. Never went to jail in my life. Never. Why? Because I don't do anything illegal. I want to send this message out to all of the fathers. This is not man versus woman. Make sure I say that. Take all that shit off the table. What I love right now is that from all of the interviews that I've been doing, all of the women who are probably always going to see things through the lens of a woman, feminist, women's group, it's like, I don't care if the woman is wrong. I don't care what she doing, what she asking for, what she trying to get in alimony, trying to crack the prenup, trying to get this for child support. I don't give a fuck how wrong she is. Most women are always going to see things through the lens of women. So I feel like we're in a real place right now where I could not.
The projections be so real in these videos, man, when you be listening to these dudes trying to gaslight us, the general population into believing that women don't have any like self-reflection or self-awareness, that women are the ones who have a problem with seeing that they're wrong, or they women just defend women no matter what. Like, what? That's, once again, I gotta say it, it's perfect time to mention it. That is what men do. This is a prime example of this. This whole video is going to be an example of two men, right, just protecting each other no matter what, with no data, no like very few real world examples or whatever the case may be. They're just, you got, between you and Anton Daniels, Tyrese, you are just about to lie about, like, this is crazy.
Not be more proud of the women that have been vocal and outspoken about all of this goofy shit that my ex is doing and still doing. As a matter of fact, both of my ex. I know y'all are quick to say, playing victim, gaslighting, manipulation, narcissist. They're going to put all kind of shit on you to make sure that whatever they decide to believe about you is what they want to believe, because what? I was born a man. I got it.
No. No. Also, you said something there. Both of your exes, so you got two exes acting the same way. You're not connecting the dot that you're the common denominator. That's just how you gonna tell us that's just how women are? That's just how the girls are. That's how women act. That's how they act. They just like this, y'all. Is that what I'm supposed to believe now? You're the common denominator, Tyrese. Take some accountability. What have you done wrong? No, you haven't done anything wrong in either one of these scenarios. You've been an upstanding citizen. You've been a good man, right? A good person. Okay, sure.
No one's after me. There's no Crips and Bloods after me. There's nobody in corporate America after me. There's nobody at none of these movie studios after me. There's none of these record labels after me. I got baby mama drama. You get in a relationship with an entertainer who happens to be a public figure, or somebody who's a real estate tycoon, or somebody in the tech space, or somebody who has an actual profitable business. Now, this is what's crazy. Since I've been so public about all the shit that I've been dealing with, I have lost count of how many women who have walked up to me, who are the high net worth individuals, the ones with all the money and the success, talking about how their ex-husband is getting alimony, and how the husband is getting child support payments, and the husband is getting all that he's doing, freeloading.
Why do I not believe that? I don't know. And it could be absolutely true, but I just don't believe it. And you're not going to sell me on the idea that this is not a gender war, because it is, because the very ones that advocate for equal is the ones that take advantage of the system, and they advocate against updating family court laws. And so I don't really care about his anecdotal experience. And it's unfortunate because he's the person that's going through it. And it doesn't matter the level of support that he gets, as long as the system itself stays in place. It's a travesty. And I don't have to go through it in order to call it out. I don't have to see it through the eyes of a man or the eyes of a woman or any of that type of stuff in order to advocate against it. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And we all know what right is wrong and wrong is right in certain communities, in certain environments. And it depends on if you're the one that's on the wrong end of the stick. They're going to make it right. They're going to make it fit according to the agenda. And you can talk about how many women got high net worth and man, alimony, BS, nonsense. For every Kelly Clarkson, it's 1 million men that's catching the bad end of the stick. 1 million.
So He just, this is crazy. This is what I'm saying. Just peep this. Just listen to this. This is amazing. This really is.
Support payments, and the husband is getting all that he's doing, freeloading.
So Tyrese is saying that there are women who pay alimony coming up to him, telling him, yeah, I understand your plight. Right now, I believe Tyrese. I believe there's probably some women coming up to him telling him that, or, DM, something like that. The circles he run in, the circles that he runs in, I can, he's probably bumping into, to those high net worth women that he's talking about. So I could believe that about him. Okay. But even with that being said, Anton instantly dismisses that. That's of all of the things Tyrese has been saying this whole time, that's the first time he had to question anything Tyrese said, was when he pointed out that there are also women who pay alimony, which there are, right? And then he said this. Let's just one more time. Listen to it one more time.
Why do I not believe that? I don't know. And it could be absolutely true, but I just don't believe it. And you're not going to sell me on the idea that this is not a gender war, because it is, because the very ones that advocate for equal is the ones that take advantage of the system, and they advocate against updating family court laws. And so I don't really care about his anecdotal experience. And it's unfortunate because he's the person that's going through it. And it doesn't matter the level of support that he gets, as long as the system.
He doesn't care about the anecdotal experiences. Then he goes on to say that for every one Kelly Clarkson, there's a million men paying alimony, yada, yada, yada. Anton, I don't know if you know this, you don't know this, but I'm going to tell you, less than 10% of all divorcees pay alimony. Less than 10%. The rules of alimony change from state to state. The rules of alimony change from state to state. But if you get, but in a lot of states, you only pay alimony for the years you were married. Most people get divorced within their first 7 years. So even by that metric, you know what I'm saying? If you pay, I don't know if that means most of the people paying alimony were, only married for less than 7 years. I don't know that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that's, if you remove that demographic of people, the number of people who actually are getting alimony is really, really low. I mean, like I said, it's under 10%. I think it's like 8% of people actually pay out alimony, right? People, men and women. Now, men and women actually do pay out alimony. And for every one Kelly Clarkson, there's not a million guys. There's not a million, a million guys don't pay out alimony at once. Like, what are you talking about? So no, that's just, it's just made up. It's just made up, right? And he's trying to say like, oh yeah, Tyrese's anecdotal experiences aside, I don't believe that. There's way more men, and there are more men paying alimony. But the reason why men pay alimony and why there's more men paying alimony is simply because women are the ones who stay home and take care of the children. Women are the ones who sacrifice their careers. That is why. That's it. The long and the short of it. They're not. And then Tyrese tried to go freeloading. Nobody's freeloading off of child support and alimony. And the reason why I say that is because I need for you guys to understand this. If a woman has a child, A, she has risked her life to have that child. B, if she is raising that child, she's spending way more time with that child than the man is. So like I already said, she has sacrificed her money to do so. If you're rich and you don't want to have to pay alimony, stop marrying women and stop dating women who don't make as much money as you. Simple as that. Marry and date a woman. Tyrese said he's meeting all of these moguls and all of that stuff. Date them. Marry them. Simple. Why are you dating working class people? Why are you marrying? If you're Tyrese and you're worth $40-30 million, why are you marrying a person that before they met you was making $60,000 a year? Because she's attractive? That's it? Even if she was making $150,000 a year, you're worth $50 million. Y'all lifestyles are completely different. I know why you married her, and I know why you dated her. Because she was physically attractive. which goes into my point that men are terrible at vetting. Once again, men are atrocious at vetting. Even though vetting isn't real, but men are just the process of picking a mate. Men are terrible because I'm not saying that woman is a bad. I'm not even talking about her character. I'm saying the logistics, the socioeconomic differences. It obviously put a lot of pressure on them. But he doesn't want a woman that makes as much money as him. He doesn't want a woman that is as successful as him. He wanted a woman that was attractive and that made less money than him so that he could financially manipulate and abuse her. He thought that that would be enough to control her, right? Now, let's go back to what Cam Newton was saying. Cam Newton said that this is how rich men think. I can get a girl and get a woman and turn her into the woman that I want her to be. I can mold her into that. He has proven to be wrong. That's not right. Tyrese thought the same thing. Many rich men think that exact same thing. I don't feel bad for you. You fucked up. You couldn't mold her, and then when she caught on to that and she got hers, now you mad. Now you bitter. Pay your fare, brother. Pay your fare.
It's a travesty, and I don't have to go through it in order to call it out. I don't have to see it through the eyes of a man or the eyes of a woman or any of that type of stuff in order to advocate against it. Wrong is wrong and right is right, and we all know what right is wrong and wrong is right in certain communities, in certain environments. And it depends on if you're the one that's on the wrong end of the stick. They're going to make it right. They're going to make it fit according to the agenda. And you can talk about how many women got high net worth and men alimony. BS. Nonsense. For every Kelly Clarkson, it's 1 million men that's catching the bad end of the stick. 1 million of them, straight up.
The husband got the house. It doesn't really happen that often, but when you were born a man, you go into a courtroom and you understand clearly that there's a preset menu that says you were born a man, fuck you. That's what the preset menu says.
Yep. That's
and y'all, I've been laughing, smiling, having fun, doing my interviews, my vibrations and my energy has been up, and I've been over here silently and quietly in a certain capacity fighting these attacks. Why did Samantha's lawyers just request all of my bank statements? Why are they sending screenshots of my IMDb page, which stands for Internet Movie Database?
That's crazy.
They're looking up all the movies that I just did and asking for money and what's in this account and how much money did you make for Voltron?
Then pay your fare. That's why they're asking you. Pay the money. Like, what are you doing? You have brother, you have millions of dollars. You have millions of dollars. Just pay her. Get it over with. It's because it's not about the money. Tyrese isn't worried about going broke. That's not what's happening right now. For him, it's not, it's the, like he said, when he said freeloading, he thinks in his mind, he really believes that these women are just trying to get rich off of him, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm typically defending, the wealthy men and the gold diggers, right? And here's why. Because I believe that wealthy men seek out gold diggers a lot of times, most of the time, I would say. And they know that woman is a gold digger. And they know that all they have to do is provide a certain type of lifestyle and they can get that woman, right? They get that woman. And then when the woman acts like a gold digger, you know what I'm saying? Like, I expect them just to pay and keep it moving. And some wealthy men do this. They understand the game. Tyrese does not understand the game. At least he's acting like he doesn't. He's acting as if he doesn't understand that, sir, that woman was worth, I'm talking about money-wise. She was worth, she's a working class woman. I know she's attractive. She was a working class woman when you met her, right? I don't even know what she did. I don't care if she was an Instamot. Like, I don't care. She was not wealthy. She wasn't. She could have been doing well for herself. She wasn't wealthy. She wasn't his level. She may get with a Tyrese if he wasn't wealthy, which, because I don't think Tyrese is a bad looking man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say like he could never get that woman if he were single. Like, I don't know. I mean, if he weren't rich, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But like, he knew what type of woman he was getting with. She was significantly younger than him. Like, he knew. This is the thing. I hate that after the fact, now y'all want to cry wolf. Now you're a victim. You're not a victim, sir. In the movie, Sherlock Holmes. I love at the end, Sherlock Holmes #2, when he has that little book and he gives it to Moriarty, and he thumbs through it, and it's like a little, looks like a little Nickelodeon thing. And at the end it says, "Be careful what you fish for." Be careful what you fish for, Tyrese and wealthy men. Be careful what you fish for. You're out here thinking you're just gonna get with some woman that's 10 years your junior, and manipulate her, and like Cam Newton said, mold her into the woman you want. Be careful. Be careful of that, right? If you guys are really mad at the game, I mean, you guys are really mad at the players and not the game. It's the craziest shit ever. He just sounds like a hater. It's wild. You were trying to get over on this woman. You were trying to mold this woman. You were trying to manipulate this woman. Let's be real. I'm happy for her. I'm happy she escaped that. And now she's getting you. You think, here's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. For any of you guys who don't understand how little sense this makes to me, there is no way in hell you are going to convince me that this woman got with Tyrese. He sought her out, accepted, got with him, got married, had a child, was raising the child with this man, right? And she has way more access to his money while she's with him, if he's generous, while she's with him, right? If it's just about money, she has more access to his money while with him. She also, and here's the part that I want to get to. If he is such a good man, then he would have been helping her. She would have had access to his help. So you want me to believe that you were this great, that you were this good guy, you did everything right. You did most things right. Not everything. You did most things right in this relationship. And she just got bored and divorced you just so she can get a fraction of the amount of money that she would have that she would have had access to had she stayed with you. I just don't understand how this is that hard to understand for y'all. Like, y'all want to believe this lie, men. You want to believe this lie so badly that these men are victims. You want to believe that shit so badly that you cannot understand. You cannot use your critical thinking skills for 5 minutes and try to make that make sense.
On travel and how many albums have you sold and this and that? Like, leave me the fuck alone, man.
No,
I did a prenuptial agreement for a reason. The prenuptial agreement spells out everything that she get and was supposed to get. Why are we now 4 years and 3 law firms into this woman still coming after me? And why have they, the lawyers representing her, knowing that she's with a celebrity, a public figure, a high net worth individual, why have they confirmed on record that they've only got $5,000 from her and they've been representing her for 4 years? Why is this so? I'll tell you why. Because lawyers, not all, but certain lawyers out here will look at a celebrity and a high net worth individual as a pot of gold. And they will milk the shit out of you.
And according to documents online, they're requiring at least $7,500 from him as a part of the initial payment that the judge is saying that he's required to pay, and the $73,000 that they want him to send to the woman. And then this woman is just going around, still doing TikToks, still doing reels on Instagram, still dropping videos on YouTube, and still just going about her daily life while she's over there just going after this guy with every single fiber in her body. And y'all over.
She's not. She's paying lawyers to do it. What are you talking about? She's not doing that. The lawyers are doing it at this point. She's paying them.
They're simping for her and saying how cute she is, and she Tyrese's baby mama, and she causing them hell. Y'all go ahead and keep going for it.
And she's sitting over there letting them do it. Do you know how many people have went through a divorce and never went to court? You know how many people got issues with their baby mama, baby daddy, and never went to court?
That's because they had an amicable split, sir. You didn't. She don't like you, obviously, and it ain't just the money. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are really sitting here trying to convince us that it's just the money. Like the how she's acting is just for the money. And I'm not saying money isn't powerful, but god damn, man. Golly, man. Y'all, man, men will believe anything that you tell them negatively about a woman. It's ridiculous.
They're just being amicable and respectful. You cheated, you lied, you hurt me, you this, you that, you moved on, you got remarried again, you this, you that. But I'm not about to take you to court. I'm not doing that to the father of my child. I'm not this and I'm not that. But the moment that you put a little celebrity sizzle on that thing, the moment that net worth is a little different, all kind of intentions come out.
Yep. You should have noticed that when you first got
Now,
it.
let me make sure I say this.
Should have never even got with a
Because
woman
it's
with a
like,
$10 sundress.
take care of them kids. Motherfucker, I've never not taken care of my
That's
kids.
being unequally yoked.
Let me say it again. I've never not taken care of my kids. As a matter of fact,
Anton said it right there. That part I agree with. He said you should have never gotten with a woman in a $10 sundress if you're Tyrese. Now, me, you know what I'm saying? A man of my net worth, yeah, perfectly okay. Date a woman in a $10 sundress as long as it look good. But Tyrese, no. What are you doing, Tyrese?
as much as I travel, as much as I got going on, as much as I'm moving, I'm going to tell y'all the biggest blessing ever. Thank you, Jesus. My 17-year-old Shayla has never called me Tyrese. My 5-year-old has never called me Tyrese. You know who I am in this house? Dad. And when they refer to me when they're not with me, they say that's my father.
You know, most of the guys that I've ever talked to has always said that has difficult situations with the mother of their children. If they could go over and do it again, they would not even ever meet that woman, which tells you that they make the best of a good situation or of a difficult situation, but it doesn't mean that they wouldn't do it all over again. And them kids, chances are them kids wouldn't be here if they had to rewind time and go through the same thing they had to go through in order to have them now. It's just making the best of
Because most men don't care about them babies to begin with, sir. That's nothing new. And as soon as they lost access to that woman, now they regret everything that they've done because it was never about the kids. It was always about the woman. Most men trap women with babies. Most men think if I impregnate this woman, she is going to be more beholden to me. She is going to depend on me more and I can abuse her and use her more. The likelihood of that goes up if I put a baby in this woman. If I put 2 babies in this woman, it goes way up. If I put 3 babies in this, you see what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of men running around here in 2024 with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Shit is crazy. You ain't got a farm. You live in the city. What are you doing?
a decent situation.
I am dad. And you know why I'm dad? Not because of what I bought them, not because of the clothes, not because of the square footage of the house, not because of the cars in the driveway, and definitely not because of this fake jewelry I wear. I'm a father. Because that exchange between your son or your daughter is nothing that could be purchased. It's something that they feel about you as a father because you have a presence in their life. All this shit about money, arguing back and forth, that's for me and my ex to deal with. But when it comes to my kids, my babies,
I ain't leveraging the kids against them.
they've never wanted for anything. But I can't stop their mothers from coming after me for more.
This is messed up.
My mama, rest in peace. My mama didn't raise no fool. And my mama didn't raise anybody that would just lay down and take whatever somebody wants to dump on me. Now, it's funny how I get along with everybody. You don't see me doing no interview. Even when it came to little random ass shit I was dealing with in the past with Tank and Genuine. I mean, come on, man. That's like laughable. We do have some concerts coming up, by the way, with BBD, Silk, and Tevin Campbell. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets to support real R&B. That's if they don't lock me up in the morning.
Oh, too late.
I know I'm different. I know I'm doing what most people don't do. I can't even say I'm in fear right now. If he's going to arrest me, I'm just going to say, fuck it, man, get it over with. But the details are very simple. I had one of the most detailed and specific prenuptial agreements in place. And I can talk about this publicly because it's already been addressed publicly.
The prenuptial, if I'm not mistaken, the money that he's behind on is for child support. Prenuptials do not have anything to do with child support. Last time I checked, child support is child support. I don't think you can do anything about that. Last time this is just going, I don't know, but what he's saying doesn't make sense. He keeps trying to throw that out there like it's a prenuptial. How much of this money is alimony? That's what I'm saying. Because I thought when I read it was child support. It wasn't alimony. If it was alimony, then maybe I will be able to see where he's coming from. It's child support. You can't predetermine how much money you're going to pay in child support in a prenuptial. It doesn't make sense.
Literally one of the first paragraphs in my prenup. And these are some legal words. It's called contested versus non-contested. And let me break this down for the folks that don't know. When you have a non-contested argument, that means everything about these documents is non-contested. We're not arguing about anything. There's nothing to discuss. There's nothing to go back and forth about. There's nothing to unpack. Everything that's been mapped out in this prenuptial agreement has been spelled out and laid out. She had an attorney to represent her for the prenup, and I had one as well. That's a non-contested prenuptial agreement. They have contested. They have said that there are certain things in the prenup that they don't feel the same way about and they want to change it. And so now they're saying it's a non-contested prenup. And yet there's at least 15 different examples of them contesting the validity of the prenup. And one of the first terms of the prenup says that if you want to argue about anything that has to do with the 4 corners of these documents that she signed and I signed, you're 100% responsible for your own legal fees. That's what the prenup says. You know, they're trying to get me for over $1 million right now for legal fees.
Ooh, see, I don't see that in the documents. I only see the $7,500 that come along with that $73,000. And let me say this: prenuptial agreements, and I know that that's a separate issue. A prenuptial agreement has nothing to do with child support. Nothing to do with child support. It's a completely separate issue, which is one of the things that they're trying to jail him for. Now, what he's saying is a completely different thing, and I didn't know that at all. But all Tyrese is doing is warning y'all to just go ahead and mind your business, stay out of the limelight, stay out of the way, and keep it moving, because you don't know what that woman is going to become once she turned bitter against you.
He's hired 3 law firms.
$1 million.
If you want to argue about the prenup, pay for your own lawyers.
Even Anton Daniels knows that Tyrese is full of shit right now, but he's this is funny to me that Tyrese is full of shit. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. He's full of shit. Pay your fucking child support. Just, you could cry about it. Stop crying. You wasting all this energy, effort, and money. Just pay her, man. God damn. Just pay, bro, this shit is crazy.
And when you lose, you got to pay for all of my lawyers. I got one lawyer that's been representing me from the whole time. Incredible, by the way. Tanya Mitchell-Graham. Fucking credible. If you want to argue about the prenup, that's fine. You're legally able to do so. But when you do so, that paragraph right there says you are responsible for 100% of your own legal fees, which means she's now got 3 law firms. 3 law firms, but she's really got 4. Because all of the legal fees that I've been paying Tanya Mitchell-Graham for the last 4 years is all going to Samantha. That's the prenup that we both signed. But I've been in my good bag, man. I've been laughing. I've been having fun. I've been running around doing all these interviews, man. I just want to tell everybody out there, man, who's gave me their stage and their platform and their podcast, their radio station. I just want to tell y'all, man, y'all could have had anybody on y'all show. Y'all could have invited anybody on there to be on y'all show. Y'all have helped me to promote 1992. It's got an A- cinema score. Man, people are still in the theaters watching 1992 right now. And Beautiful Pain, my album, completely on fire. I heard it is like number 40 or something.
Okay. So what I learned from that is Tyrese is full of shit. That even Anton Daniels thinks that Tyrese is full of shit. And he wanted to defend him. I believe he did, but he couldn't. He's still on the yeah, it's a gender war. Yeah, definitely all of that stuff. But not even Anton Daniels knows that what Tyrese is saying it doesn't add up. Right. And that's just what I got from it. Because he said in the documents I looked at, that the same documents I saw the 75, 73.5 or whatever that he owes, or 75.5 or whatever he owes to the courts. And that's for child support. I don't know nothing about the prenup and all of that shit. That's Tyrese and his lawyer shit. But what he got arrested for was that that other money for child support. So why aren't you paying your child support? I would get, if you were to a certain extent, I would understand you not paying alimony. You mad, whatever. She contested it. Cool. Like that's your thing, right? You feel like you being real, brother. It's child support. Pay it. But it's not that. It's not that. It's, bottom line is, men hate paying for a vagina that they don't have access to. At the end of the day, that's all this is. Men hate paying for a vagina they don't have access to. The end.